You might invite yourself into presence. Let yourself become still. And take a moment to scan and sense if there's any tightness in your body that wants to let go a little. And take a few full breaths. Feel yourself right here. Senses awake. Aware of the sounds, sensations. And the feelings, moods of the heart. And from this presence, begin scanning your life a bit. And choose a place where you find you regularly go into some reactivity, a situation that brings up a difficult emotion. Could be hurt or anger, fear, craving, shame, but not something that feels traumatic. So a situation, it could be something in a relationship with a partner, someone in your family, a child, friend, colleague. Could be a situation at work, could be an addictive behavior, but something that comes up that triggers an emotional reaction that you'd like to have more of a pathway back home again, to presence. And let a situation come to mind close in so you can remind yourself of what happens when you feel triggered. Maybe letting yourself feel the worst part of it, what's really disturbing. If it involves another person, perhaps you're seeing the look on their face, hearing the words, the sound of their voice. Sensing the worst part of it. And beginning rain with recognizing whatever emotions are predominant. And you might name them with a silent whisper. What's happening inside me? Just to name it. And it's okay if there are a few. You might sense what most want your attention. And then allowing is really that spirit of saying, okay, this too, this belongs. It's part of the life that's here. It's a wave in the ocean. And whatever helps you to have the space to let it be. Can be saying yes, bowing, just allowing your experience to be just as it is. Then to begin to investigate, have the intention of interest and friendliness. And you might start by saying, well, what am I believing about myself or about another person right now when this is all coming up? Maybe you're believing that you're failing, that you're bad in some way, or that another person doesn't respect or care about you. A sense, maybe there's not a belief that's conscious, and that's fine too, but sense if there is one. And if there is, just a sense, well, how that feels in the body. And even if you're not aware of a belief, just sense where's the feelings, the vulnerability strongest in your body, and check your throat, chest, your belly. If you want, and if you feel where you are feeling strong feelings, just to even place a hand there can be very, very helpful. It's like you're inviting, remember the shy creatures in the woods, you're inviting it to be here. You're keeping presence. You're even beginning the nurturing. Okay, this is here. You might express the feelings that are there, that are strongest with your face and your posture. And this is where it gets creative, to let, if there's anger, maybe your jaws are clenching or a fist is clenching. If there's fear, maybe there's a little bit of hunching. But I invite you to experiment with this. Let your face and your posture express the feelings that are inside you. And then go to right where you feel the most strongly in the body. Kind of an intimacy with the place of vulnerability, where it feels something that's most difficult to feel. You might remember the words of Rumi to keep your gaze on the bandaged place. That's where the light enters you. Perhaps breathing with and feeling where you feel most vulnerable. And you might ask, well, what does this place in me most need? What does it most need right now? How does it want me to be with it? Just listening with the ears of the heart, listening to what's needed. And if it helps to take a few full breaths and sense that you're inhabiting your most awake heart so that you can respond to that place of vulnerability. Maybe you can communicate with the touch of a hand. If your hand's not already there, explore a really gentle, tender touch at the heart, that you're communicating presence. I'm here with you. And offer whatever message might be comforting, healing, freeing. Could be, I'm here and I'm not leaving. Or trust your goodness. Or I'm sorry and I love you. Or simply, it's okay. Whatever words you sense are a transmission of healing. And if it's hard to offer to yourself, you might imagine from a larger source that the love and the wisdom of a dear friend, of an ancestor, of a spiritual figure, of this natural world can move through your hand right into your heart. And let your intention be to let it in, to imagine and sense and feel loving, caring energy flowing in right to the place that most needs it. I'd visualize light and sense the felt sense, the warmth, bathing that vulnerability, just sensing that love is always loving you. And as we move into after the rain, whatever is here, whatever the quality of presence, just allow yourself to rest in that. Get familiar with it. You might sense, who are you when there's this allowing, tender presence holding your inner life? Who are you? You might sense the shift from when you began the meditation, the sense of yourself, and a more spacious, awake, and tender presence. And trust that this is more the truth of who you are than any story you could ever tell yourself.